All right, cool. So recording's rocking and rolling. Again, welcome everybody. Thank you for hopping on here today. Appreciate your time. I know time is a precious, valuable commodity, so we'll try to keep things short and respect everyone's time. All right. So there we go. All right. So again, my name is Paul Scott. I'm actually 25 years old, and I just want to share a little bit of my story before we go ahead and really dive into things here. So if you can't tell from the accent, all right, I'm from America. I'm 25 years old, born and raised out here. And to be honest, my entire life, my parents had always told me the formula to life was that you go to high school, you get good grades, you go to college, you get good grades there, you get a degree, and you go get this amazing job. So it was never a question for me in my life on whether or not I was going to college. It was more so just like, what do I want to do when I get there? And it didn't take me very long to figure it out, because one of my heroes growing up was actually a police officer. I always saw him in the community, volunteering at, churches and, homeless shelters and food giveaways and just everything going on in our community. He was always there, finding different ways to give back. And it reminded me of this quote that I heard from one of my favorite speakers, Les Brown. He said, "Service to others is the price that we pay for the time that we take up on this earth." And so many people are behind on rent. I mean, that quote just absolutely impacted my life. I made a decision right then and there that that's how I wanted to live my life, helping and serving other people. So I chose the path of getting into law enforcement. So that's what I studied in college. And it wasn't until I graduated that I realized it's a very difficult field to break into. And it takes over a year to be able to get a job in law enforcement here in America. After you apply. So during that time, from when I graduated college and put in all these applications, I needed something to do in the meantime. So I had college loan debts to pay. I had my car, I had all different types of bills and responsibilities. So I started working a job that I absolutely hated at a factory. I was working 15-hour days, 12 hours at the factory, and then I had a 2-hour commute. So it was one way, one way it took an hour. So like I said, long story short, absolutely hated my job and what I was doing. And so I started looking for something different. I knew that there had to be something better out there for me while I'm waiting for this law enforcement thing to come through. And there's a book that I read called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki that absolutely blew my mind. So for those of you that have never read this book or don't know who Robert Kiyosaki is, basically he is a financial expert, all right? And he really broke things down in terms of no matter where you live in the world, no matter what you do, if you earn money, you fit into one of these 4 quadrants. So basically what these quadrants explain is how money is made in the world today. All right, so you're either an employee, self-employed business owner, or an investor. And the crazy thing about it is that 95% of the people in the world are on the left side of the quadrant. They're employees and self-employed. But there's 95% of the people over there, but they share 5% of the money, which again is mind-blowing. So on the right side, you have business owners and investors. Only 5% of people are over there, but that 5% is sharing 95% of the money in today's world. And he really dove into why this is and the limitations that left side of the quadrant has and what secrets have been found by the right side to be able to unlock that income potential. So on the left side, we have employees. We all know what employees are, right? When I was working in that factory, I was an employee. All right, I had a boss who told me what my time was worth, how much I'm going to make per hour, when to come in, when I can go home. And also the boss determined when I was going to get a raise. So employees don't have a lot of, control over their income, right? But the biggest thing is that you're trading your time for money, right? How much money am I making per hour? Okay, as an employee, you're trading your time for money. Same thing with self-employed. You have a little bit more control over your time, right? I can determine when I'm going to come into work or what I'm going to charge for my services, right? If I'm a lawyer or if I'm a doctor or if I have a lawn care service, right? If I am self-employed, I control when I'm going to work, when I'm going to go home, and what I'm going to charge for my services, which is great. But even though I have a little bit more control than employees, my income is still capped. Because guess what? Even if I'm a barber, I could be the best barber in the city of Philadelphia and charge $1,000 a haircut. But I can't cut 10,000 people's heads, right? There's not enough time in the day. So time is the thing that's limiting my income. It's capping my income. Same thing if I'm a doctor, right? If I'm not there performing surgery and I'm on vacation with my family, then guess what? I'm not getting paid. See, the right side of the quadrant, they get paid no matter what. So how do they do this? Well, let's look at business owners. They leverage systems and they have people working for them. Okay, would you rather spend your entire day working for $100, or would you rather have 100 people all bringing you $1? I'm going to go with the 100 people bringing me $1, because guess what? I get to keep my time. Like I said at the beginning of this call, time is a valuable, precious commodity. Okay, if I own a McDonald's, okay, I don't have to spend all day there flipping burgers in order to get a weekly or monthly income, right? I hire crew members, I hire managers and assistant managers, and people run the business, and I get that monthly income. And then this, so again, I'm trading other people's time for money. And then investors, they're trading their money for more money. So their money is essentially the employee that they're hiring to put to work for them. And so the business owner and investor quadrant, I realized that they were very powerful and extremely important. So I wanted to get into those. But the issue was, when I thought of investing, I thought of what? Stocks and real estate. Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to dump into the stock market, and I didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to start buying up houses in different properties. So I had to look for something else. All right, and that's where I found foreign currency exchange. So for those of you that don't know what Forex is, essentially, let's say I go to London, right? I want to go visit all of our friends out there and my buddy Heron. Okay, so I want to go to London from the US. So when I get to London, obviously I got to exchange my US dollars into pounds if I want to spend any money, right? So let's say I take $1,000 with me and I exchange that. Well, when I do that, and then I get to Heron's house and he says, man, you can come stay with me. I'll buy all the food. Me and my family will take care of you. We'll buy the beer, and you don't have to spend any of your money. We'll take care of everything. So while I'm in London with Heron, living it up, having a good time for a week, not having to spend any money, it's great. Now, when I get back to the US, obviously I have to exchange that $1,000 back over, but it's not going to be 1,000 anymore, right? Depending on news and how the economy is doing and all those different factors that affect the country, it can be $800 or it can be $1,200, right? So if my $1,000 turns into $1,200, guess what? I would have just profited $200 for traveling to a new country, right? Going to London, having a good time with my friends, and doing nothing, you know, sitting on that money for a week. And that's how Forex works. All right, but the thing is, I don't have to travel to London in order to be able to exchange foreign currencies or travel the world. I can do it from my cell phone or my computer. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about Forex and really get into the tools that we have for you here. But before I do that, I do have to share with you guys this quick little disclaimer. All right, so you have to understand that trading foreign currencies is foreign currency exchange trading is risky and you should only trade with money that you're willing to lose, right? Results are not guaranteed, and this is not a solicitation for an investment of any kind. One should learn all the risks associated with trading and software trading before getting involved. And this presentation is for information purposes only. All right. All potential earnings described in this presentation will vary dependent upon your work ethic, the hours that you spend, and the quality of the customers that you refer. All right, so with that being said, let me just get into a little bit about the times that we live in. All right, and I know that most of these statistics are for America, but I've been to the UK, I've been to London, you know, I've traveled all around Europe. I mean, I've done a lot of traveling, seen a lot of places, and one thing that I've seen is that the world as a whole is kind of in the same state, right? So it's not just America, and even though these statistics are specific to America, again, around the world, I've seen pretty similar situations. So over 73% of Americans don't have over $500 in their savings account, which is just crazy to me, because I just think about all the times that I went in, even for just like a simple oil change, right, for my car, and I plan on spending like $30, and then all of a sudden I realize I need new spark plugs, my alternator, and this and that, and now before I know it, right, I got a $900 bill for my car. You know, things happen in life, right? Emergencies pop up. So the fact that, you know, over 73% of people do not have $500 in their savings account is just mind-blowing. Right, and another statistic is that it usually takes the average person about 18 years to pay off their credit card debt. Right, 22% of people have more credit card debt than they do savings, which is so interesting because, a short-term study was done by the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and they discovered that having debt links with depression. And it's crazy because this system that we're thrown into, it hypes up college, and that's kind of like the way of life. And every parent is pushing their kids into college. And here in America, at least, when you get a college degree, that degree also comes along with at least like $50,000 to even $100,000, $200,000 of student loan debt. So you're starting off your life in debt. And again, these studies are done and have linked debt with depression. So, sorry, I see the chat box kind of going crazy here. Okay, cool. So, again, debt is being linked with depression. So, 83 million households in America are living paycheck to paycheck, which is just crazy because what happens when you break your leg and you can't work for a few weeks, or you break your arm, right? Things happen outside of your control. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I mean, that can absolutely cripple a family. My mom works for the government. She works for the IRS. And for those of you not familiar, here in America, we actually had our government shut down about a year ago. We shut down for like 3 months, and all government employees were basically laid off until they figured out some, bureaucratic stuff and, signed some bills and whatnot. But because of that situation, my mom was actually laid off of her job. And for 3 months, she had absolutely no income, right? So, but because of the skill that I had learned, I was able to help her out and, help her pay bills and do what she needed to do to be able to sustain our household. And that's something that most people are starting to realize in today's economy, right? Times are changing. 50% of people are now becoming freelancers and learning new skills and looking for ways to bring in different sources of income into their households. So no matter who you are, economy is the access to the right leaderships, technologies, and strategies to either help you create the future that you want, whether that's just learning how to make a little bit of extra income within your current situation, or just learning how to free up some more of your time. All right, economy is your solution. So how do we do that? Basically, we have a 3-tiered strategy, a 3-tiered approach, that we have the right strategies, the right vehicle, and the right tools. All right. So number one, let's break down the right strategies. All right. We don't want to be the blind leading the blind. All right. When I had first started my journey in entrepreneurship, one of my first mentors, he taught me, he said, Paul, the best way to get to where you want to be is to follow the people who have what you want. Right? Getting a mentor and having someone show you exactly what they've done to get their level of success will shortcut your learning curve. It's the fastest way to get to where you want to be. So what have we done here at Economy to give you the access to that right mentorship? We've created a program where it's the first of its kind, and it's basically our success transformation platform. Okay, it's an acronym. SEED stands for Connect, Empower, Elevate, and Develop. And basically what we've done is we've gone and hired the world's foremost experts in all different types of fields, whether that's not just Forex, but also even other financial markets like stocks and real estate, and even just personal development. We've hired these spent a lot of money to be able to bring you access to these extremely successful individuals so that you can learn from them. And they can share with you exactly the strategies that they've used to be able to create success in their lives. And at the end of each Seed episode, there's actually a Q&A. So now not only do you have access to hear from and be mentored by these individuals, but you can actually reach out to them and ask them questions and, go back and forth and really dig into the details of how they got to where they are. So unlike just watching something on YouTube or reading a book, you actually have access to these individuals. So it's true mentorship. All right, so the next thing is having the right vehicle, right? If I'm in London and I want to get to Scotland, all right, do I want to be like this mall cop over here on the Segway, trying to segue my way from London to Scotland? Or do I want to be on the right-hand side? Do I want to be in that private jet traveling at light speed going from London to Scotland? All right, I want to have the right vehicle when I travel. And that right vehicle is the foreign currency exchange market. All right, like we talked about, I explained to you what Forex is, but for those of you that don't know, it's the most liquid financial market in the entire world. There's over 5.3 trillion dollars traded every single day. And a lot of people might not know what I mean when I say the most liquid financial market. So let me give you guys an example. Okay, I started to invest in some real estate, right? If I invest in real estate, once I buy that house and then I go hire the contractors to fix it up and then I go put it on the market and then it's finally sold, right? During that entire process, that money is completely tied up. Until that house is sold and that deal goes through, I will not see a dime, and I can't until the deal's over. Right? In Forex, when I invest some money and I start to trade, if an emergency pops up next week and I have to pull some money out, I can do that. I always have 100% access to this money. So that's why Forex, having that liquid market is so important. And again, you don't have to travel the world in order to take advantage of it. You can do it from your cell phone or computer. So technology is incredible. So what we've done here at Economy, we've created these Forex mastery courses. So along with Seed, again, we've hired some top Forex traders, 6- and 7-figure traders, to be able to break down this skill to you and teach you everything from the super basics to the most advanced techniques and strategies that they're using to be able to see success in the markets. And then there's also a live Q&A session with the traders so that you can learn to pick up this skill as well. And then finally, we need the right tools. Okay, we realize that Forex is the vehicle for us, right? We realize that we need to get on that jet. Just like this guy realizes that the grass needs to be cut. But 96% of traders, retail traders that try to enter this Forex space fail, meaning 96% of people lose money. All right, Forex is not easy. So just having that right vehicle is not all of it, right? You need the right tools. Again, just like this guy realizing the grass needs to be cut, if you're doing it with scissors, it's just not the same, right? You need to break out the lawnmower. So what is the lawnmower that we have for you here at Economy? We give you all types of tools to be able to help you see success in these foreign currency exchange markets. And one of the tools is the Trade Compass. All right, these are daily alerts that are signaling you where good trades are. Okay, normally Forex traders spend hours and hours looking for different setups and trying to find these different trades. Now, for those of you that are a little bit familiar with Forex, okay, this is not a signal service, although it is as easy as 1, 2, 3, right? You receive the alert, you draw out the wedge pattern, and then you place the trade. Okay, so again, it's not a signal service, which signals are when they completely give you all the parameters, right? They're telling you what the pair is, where to enter the market, how much money you should risk, all that stuff. That is not what the Trade Compass does, okay? All it does is point out the trade and say, hey, look, a big move is probably going to happen. You should look at this pair. So the Trade Compass is a tool for people who really want to dig in and learn this skill of manual trading. And it's a tool that you can leverage to kind of shortcut that process so you don't have to spend as much time in the markets. Another product we have is the Trade Runner. This is a future release product where basically you can just take a couple $100, like $500, and be able to enter the market. And again, this is artificial intelligence that's going to be scanning the market and placing trades. And I can't go into too much detail because it is a future release product. So, corporate's not going to allow me to talk too much about it. But I can tell you that it's extremely powerful, and we're definitely looking forward to the Trade Runner being put out there in the market. Now, another tool that we have access to is the Trade Ringer software. Okay, this is a software that we acquired from a hedge fund, actually. So banks and hedge funds have been using this software the past several years to trade hundreds of millions of dollars in the foreign currency exchange market. Okay, this is a tool that only the top 1%, and like I said, banks and hedge funds have ever had access to. So we are now bringing that access public, right? We're taking this incredible tool and bringing it to the everyday person through our company, through Economy. Now, typically, the minimum for this software was about $10,000 because, again, they were used to working with banks and hedge funds. And I know the average person does not have $10,000, right? So what we've done is we kind of tweaked the software a little bit to make it a little bit more accessible. And now the minimum is designed for at least $1,000 accounts. You can take as little as $1,000 and be able to throw that into an account and utilize this artificial intelligence to be able to trade in the foreign currency exchange market. So it's doing 98% of the work. All right, imagine you hire a personal trainer, you tell them, hey, do the sit-ups, do the pull-ups, hit the weight bench, and then I'm going to get all the results. right? That's basically what we're giving you with the trade ringer. All right, it's doing all the heavy lifting as far as analyzing the market, placing the trades, managing the open trades. All you do is set the parameters. So whether you want to be conservative, medium, a little bit aggressive, extremely aggressive, whatever you want to do, you are in 100% control of your account at all times. All right, so realize it's not 100% hands-free. Okay, it's not fully automated because you have to tell the software what to do. But again, we teach you what you need to learn and teach you about how to tweak the settings to get the desired result. So again, you got complete control of your account. So let's show you how to take advantage of this incredible deal. So what are you getting? Well, you get access to our seed platform, which is valued at $297 up front, $169 a month. You also get access to our Forex Mastery course and all of our expert Forex traders, which normally goes for about $2,497. All right, that's a $2,497 value to get training from these different experts. Then we got the Trade Compass, which is $99 up front, $69 a month. Then we have future product releases like the Trade Runner, which a software license is typically $99 up front, $69 a month. So that's a total value, and I'm rounding the numbers a bit here, but a total value of about $3,000 and about $300 a month. All right, but we're going to give you all of this value and all these incredible tools for only $247 down today, $169 a month. All right, I mean, if that's not value, I don't know what else is. But what I want to also share with you guys is the fact that we realize some people are still kind of on the fence. So our motto is that if we don't provide you a true value, then we definitely don't deserve your money. Right, so we want to give you 100% money back guarantee. All right, you can spend the $247 today, get plugged into our community, access seed, get access to the trade ringer, get access to the Trade Compass, use all the tools and softwares and see what this community is all about. And if you don't see true value, if you don't see where you can benefit and think that these tools can actually change your life, we have a 7-day money back guarantee where all you got to do is let us know you want your money back. No questions asked. You get every penny back. So it is literally risk-free to just test things out, dip your toe in the water, see what this community has to offer and see how all these tools can help change your life. Now, if you guys are anything like me, I thought about that $169 a month. I said, you know what? $247 isn't bad, but I don't know if I want to add another bill to my life, right? That $169 a month. So the company realizes this, we thought about this, and so we decided that we were going to use what so many other companies are using, word of mouth advertising, right? If any of you guys use Uber or Lyft or Airbnb, right? If you look at your account, you have that little code, right? And you share it with your friends, and if any of them book any trips, you get some money back, right? Well, that's essentially that word of mouth advertising is the same thing that our company is utilizing. So basically all you got to do is share this with 3 customers, share this economy impact market hacker community with 3 customers that decide to hop on board and test out the products. Then your monthly fee is waived. So you're getting 100% access to this software, to these tools for free. And that monthly fee is 100% waived. So basically what's next, just get back with the person who invited you here today. For those of you that aren't that brave, you don't want to share your questions here in front of a bunch of people. It's all right. Like I said, get back with the person who invited you here today.